Hi everybody, Gert Louw from Cape Town and welcome to another video. This is probably going to be one of the most important videos that I did, simply because this is going to discuss for the over 40 guy how he can get his testosterone levels to the maximum. And this is some real interesting stuff. Now, I don't know if you are aware of it, but it has been proven that with every generation, the guy's testosterone levels are dropping drastically. That means you have quite a bit less testosterone than your dad did. And he had quite a bit less testosterone than his father did. Now that is scary. Let me read this to you. Studies shows that men's testosterone levels have been declining for decades. The most prominent, a 2007 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, revealed a substantial drop in US men testosterone levels since the 1980s, with an average level declining by 1% a year. That means that a 20-year-old testosterone levels last year would be 1% more than the average 20-year-old of this year. That is crazy. That is a humongous drop that's busy happening. That's no wonder that men are so feminine today. I'm sorry, but we were supposed to be Viking warrior guys, muscle protectors. We were not supposed to be this body conscious guys buying our designer clothes, putting up all our facial creams, prancing around on the beach and in the gym. But let me be careful here. Maybe I won't like on what side of the fence I'm falling. So now, whether we like it or not, the problem is we are consuming too much chemicals. The chemicals are in the processed food that we eat, in the drinks that we drink, the sodas, pops, and so on. The chemicals is everywhere. It's in the water we drink. It's in our land that we use to cultivate our food. In the 21st century, we've changed and contaminated our environment to such an extent that we are busy reaping the fruits. Now, an interesting comparison is Africa. Let's take Africa. There's very little contamination as of yet because they haven't evolved to the stage that Western nations have evolved. They don't use processed food. They don't use farming methods that we use in the Western world. So basically, they're coming from an uncontaminated environment. And what do you see the average African guy? It is this strong, virile, muscled guy that's like this warrior type of guy because he's got good testosterone levels. So the Africans basically will have higher testosterone levels simply because they've got less contamination in their environment. It's bound to change eventually, but for now, this is an interesting comparison to show you that we're facing a humongous problem. But I can't deal with the problem that we're facing. I can just find a solution to get my testosterone and the other over 40 guys' testosterone level to their maximum level. So at the very least, we are men as we were meant to be. So if you're over 40 and your blood testosterone levels are falling in the middle to lower area of what's accepted normal, then I'm telling you, dude, that's not normal. That is way too low. A generation ago, that would have been way below normal. So if you want to have a blood testosterone level that's even close to considered acceptable, then you need to be very close to the maximum level of what's considered normal. Now, I don't want to get into too much detail here. I would rather want to recommend that you go and read the original article. I'll put up the link for you on the screen. There's much more detailed information in there about exactly what the ranges is for testosterone, where the middle, where the top is, and all these things. Now, what is the advantages for a higher testosterone or a healthy testosterone level? Higher energy levels and less fatigue. It's easier to build muscle and it's easier to lose fat. Impotence and erectile dysfunction, you wouldn't even know these words. Less heart problems, much less depressive states. Good testosterone levels give you a positive frame of mind. Strong bones and osteoporosis, you wouldn't know about that. So I don't know about you, but I'm not taking this lying down. I will make sure that my blood testosterone level is very close to what's considered the maximum of the normal range. So guys, just be careful. A word of warning here. Too much of a good thing is not necessarily good. when you exceed the normal range of, or the maximum range, what's considered normal in your body for testosterone, then you're going to run into certain risk factors that you don't want to deal with. So there's reason why there is a minimum and a maximum value that's considered normal for your body. So for the purpose of this article, we assume that we will stay within the normal ranges, close to maximum, but still within the normal ranges. So how do we get our testosterone close to that maximum level? 3-tier attack. Tier 1, lifestyle. Tier 2, supplements. Tier 3, TRT. Let's quickly go through them. First attack, tier 1. This has been proven scientifically, so this is not hearsay or bro talk. This is real stuff. Point 1, exercise and weight. Weight training especially plays a big part in increasing blood testosterone levels. Point 2, taking caffeine and creatine helps increasing blood testosterone levels. A calorie-controlled diet. Eating too little or too much has negative impact on your testosterone levels. Eating the right amount of food for your body and your training has a positive effect on blood testosterone levels. Point 4, you might also want to experiment with intermittent fasting. It's been shown through a couple of science studies that it can have a positive effect on increasing your blood testosterone levels. You need to minimize your stress and cortisol levels in your body. You need to get in extra vitamin D. Half of the US population has a vitamin D deficiency. Optimal vitamin D levels increase your blood testosterone levels by up to 25%. You need to get in plenty of restful sleep. Let me give you an example. Cutting your sleep time from 8 hours a night to 5 hours a night have a negative impact of decreasing your blood testosterone levels by 15%. A healthy sex life boosts your testosterone level. Now, high exposure to estrogen-like chemicals will decrease your blood testosterone levels dramatically. Now, we are talking here about fuel vapor, BPA, parabens, and other chemicals that's found in plastic. Now, remember this Africa versus the world kind of example I had earlier on. This is typically the thing. These kind of things are much less in Africa, but in the Western world, we contaminated with all these things. Point 10, laughter. Laughter and happiness boost testosterone levels, guys. Right, now you've done all these, let's go to the second level of attack. Tier 2, supplements. Now remember, I already mentioned vitamin D, creatine, and coffee. But just before we discuss supplements, let me get more scientific here. There's very little supplements out there that actually really increase your blood testosterone levels. There's a lot of claims out there, but the real science studies that are meaningful studies shows that supplements are close to meaningless. It's money that you spend for something that makes close to a zero difference. So there's no real effective supplement out there that you can take that will increase your overall blood testosterone levels. But that's not what it's about. What it's about is not your overall testosterone level, but your free testosterone level. Let me explain it to you. Your body creates testosterone, but 65% of this testosterone binds with SHBG, and that is your sex hormone. When it's bonded with SHBG, then that's worthless to your body. Another 35% of your blood testosterone bonds with albumin, which is a protein, which also renders testosterone worthless to your body. Then only about 2%, let's say between 1 and 3%, of the actual testosterone that was created by a body is classified as free, unbonded testosterone. And only that testosterone is what actually makes us men. The rest is meaningless. We can't use it. So your game plan must be to increase your free testosterone. Forget about your total testosterone. That is insignificant in a great scheme of things. You want to increase your free testosterone, your unbonded testosterone. Now, interestingly enough, there is actually quite a lot of scientifically proven supplements out there that's got a very positive effect on increasing your free testosterone, your unbonded testosterone levels in your body. So there you can make quite a big difference. Let's quickly go through them. The following group of supplements. This is easy to come by supplements. Number 1, boron. Number 2, vitamin D. 3, magnesium. 4, zinc. 5, DHEA. 6, DIM. Now, for each one of these, you can go and do your own research and type it in. I can't list the things here in the video. It's going to be too long. It's going to be boring. But for each of them, there are various scientific studies that has proven that they are effective. Now, the following supplements. Unfortunately, they are difficult to come by. I tried to get them here in South Africa, for example, and we can just about get everything here in South Africa, but that I couldn't get hold of. But they got interesting studies behind them. It was done on mostly mice and rats, but they've shown that they really make a difference on increasing the free blood testosterone levels. What these supplements does is that they force the albumin and the SHBG to bond with something else to leave more free testosterone available to your body. Let's quickly go through these difficult to come by supplements. Number 1, Alvina sativa. Number 2, Urtica doica. Sorry guys, I don't know if I pronounce this right. Carao and Mura Puama. So if you can get hold of it, experiment with them. But the key here is that it doesn't help you experiment with something if you don't do it scientifically. So you have to get your blood testosterone levels checked, your free testosterone versus your total testosterone. You must get it checked before you start with any kind of experiment. And then after you've done your experiment, at a minimum of 3 months, because your body needs at least about 3 months to adapt. So after 3 months, then you can go again and get your blood testosterone versus your free testosterone checked again. And then you would see what difference it made. Okay, now none of these worked for you guys. Unfortunately, we're up to our 3rd level of attack. Tier 3, TRT. Now let me get one thing straight here. TRT is not a swear word. TRT is when your doctor prescribes a certain medication to you because you're having a classified medical serious problem. And that does not mean you are on steroids. When you are on TRT, you do not exceed your maximum levels of your normal range of testosterone in your body, which means you are a normal person that's natural. However, if you use TRT while you already have high testosterone levels, then you are just another juicer. Typical TRT dosages would be like 100 milligrams every 7 days. Now, the medical experts that deals with this kind of thing, TRT therapy, they are either a urologist or a sports doctor. Don't go to your house doctor. Guys, he knows so little about this. He's going to be extremely resistant in prescribing you anything related to TRT because he is really not knowledgeable in this area. You go to a urologist or your sports doctor. They know what they are doing. What are the risks for taking TRT? Remember, we assume that you will not exceed your maximum testosterone levels, which is considered normal. It is just basically 2. Number 1, there will be a slight increase in chances of blood clotting. This, however, is not a problem at all when you are an active person. This is a problem for the people that are very sedentary. Number 2, something you can't really get away with. If you're going to go on TRT, you're going to have to deal with shrinking testicles. So your ball size is basically going to shrink over the medium to long term. This is because the balls, the testicles, they are the factories of your testosterone in your body. And if they find that they don't have to produce anymore because they get the testosterone somewhere else, then they basically start to shut down. And when they shut down, their size decreases. There's a very easy way of getting around this. The moment that you start with TRT, you also need to start with HCG. That is something that you, like an insulin injection, put into your stomach, your skin, just under your skin. And you need to inject yourself every 2nd day with 500 IUs. That basically prevents the balls, the testicles, from shutting down, and it will keep your normal size. Those are the only 2 real world side effects that you should get from TRT. Remember guys, testosterone is as natural to your body like water. There are many scary stories and fake news out there, and a lot of people that considers TRT a swear word. I'm sorry, there are uninformed people. There are so many studies that has been done. This is a medical situation, and you need to get treated if you got low testosterone levels. Now, these people that opposes, this TRT treatment, they must not go and get for themselves. They're going to struggle with erection problems, low libido. They're going to be exhausted the whole time. They're going to have bone problems, osteoporosis. They're going to have heart problems. They're going to have severe depressive states. They're going to struggle to lose fat. They're going to struggle to build muscle. Now, if that is what they want to choose, let them choose it. Let them be. It's their problem. So let's rise, our fellow Vikings. Let's flex our muscles to strike fear into the hearts of the lads with their designer clothes and their facial creams. Cheers, everyone. Gert Louw for Cape Town, signing off.